Hello, hi guys, my name is Sarvansh and thank you for watching my the other videos about SSCM tutorial. So today I'm going to show you how you can run PowerShell script on the collection. So as this is a new feature released by the Microsoft and here is a collection. In top of collection you can run any of the script and that script will be running on the end user machine. So like if you want to fetch some details, you want to modify, create, delete, or you want to perform any action with the PowerShell script, so you no need to run directly the PowerShell script. You can create that script in SSCM and you can right click and you can run the script from here. Okay, so that is the new feature added in SSCM, and I feel like this is very helpful. And even I used it so many times, so that's why I plan to create this video so you guys also can see in it how it will work. So let me give you the one example without wasting the time. So here's the PowerShell. I have write a command. So what it will do, it will check the free space. So on the C drive, it will check out the free space. So let me run this script and let me check out. So I have the 42 GB free disk space in my C drive. So why I plan this only for the free disk space, that I can give you the reason, because so many times when we are running when we deploy the patch or application and it got failed because of the disk space issue. So if you want to check it, so you can just write copy paste this query and you can fetch the detail or what are the disk space is required on the that particular machine. Even you can create a script to start stop services or modify, create, delete any folders, any file. So whatever you can do through the PowerShell, that same script you can run through the your SCCM console. So let's start this video now. Here is I copy this script and I'm going to software library, and here I'm going to create a new script, and this will be check free disk space in C drive. So I can write the completely so it will be easy to remember. And here you can say in it only the PowerShell script we can used. So now paste it here. Next, next, and closed. So here this script is ready, but what it is showing, it's showing the pending for the approval. So when you are creating the first time, might be you will not be having this approved or deny access. So what you will do it, go to the site and select the site, select this. Here is a hierarchy property, and here is having the script additionally require the approval operation. So it should not be selected, and then you will be having the option to approve it manually. So if you select it, then automatically it will approve it. So now here I'm going it with the script now. So if you see in it, this is, yeah, this is script we have created, and now it's showing the waiting for approval. If you create the script and it is stuck waiting for the approval, so you cannot use it. Now let me show you. So this is the collection I created to show you how you can test the script. So right click, if you click on the run the script, so you will not be having any of the script. So that means is that script is not approved yet to run on the collection. So let us approve it first. Now go here, right click, approved it, right click, and just next, and select the approved or denied. Okay, so just I'm giving the comment approved, or if you are not putting the command also, that also will be fine. So now this script is approved and it's showing in the approved status. Now what next? Now we can go with the collection. where on that collection I can move the few of the machines, or wherever you want to test your the script or run the script of fetching the data. That means is your script is ready and you want to take it a action on couple of the machines. So select and create a collection. Now right click and run a script. So this is the my script. Now it's showing the script. Earlier it was not showing because it was not approved. Now this script is approved, and what do you need to do? You need to click on next, just next. So now it's fetching the data and it will give you the report. I moved two machines, two test machines there. This script is to check the disk space. So as I showed you here, this script will check the free disk space in C drive. And now I want to check the free disk space on the in my the SCM environment. So here you can see in it, it's showing like a in the by chart, it's showing, or you can change the this view also, but here you will not get the your host name. So what you need to do it, let it go with the by chart and go with the run detail. So here you can see the host name. So in test AD status is yes, exit code 0, that means his machine are online and it able to run the script, and there is it able to fetch the details. So now it's showing the C drive free space is 24 GB in the my test AD, and in the my SSC AD 42 GB is the free disk space in my C drive. Okay, so now this is the one part. Now let's see on the end user machine, on the client machine, what exactly happened there. So let me log in one of the test machine, and this is the log. Already I opened it, and what you can see in it, you can read the logs. This is script.com, sorry, script.log. So script.log, it running the script, and it will not give you the details what the script it was run, but it will show you the this script got run and the exit code 0. Okay, so these are the details you can check out in your client machine. Now the next thing is, here we got the result, and how you can do it, you can just control A, control C, and you can put it in your Excel file also. So like let me check out whether I have the Excel here. Excel Excel file. So if you have like 100 machines, so just select one, control A, control C, and you can directly you can paste it this data to your Excel. So this data is very familiar with the copy paste, and directly you can use it in your Excel. So let me go and copy paste it here. I will show how you can do it. So just I'm going here. Okay, so just let me, okay, this is not the license, but fine. Something goes wrong in the my Excel. They're not activated, but let me show you in the notepad. So if you control C and the control V, so like this data will come. If you paste it in your the Excel, then it will paste it in the same way. Okay, so this is the first column, second column, and you can see in the data. This headers you have to type it manually. Okay, so this is how you can run the script. There is a one more monitoring part also. If you go under the monitoring, here is a script, and you can check your the script status. So if you want to check in how many machines it run, how many machines it got filled, so you can go here under the script and check your the collection ID where you run it, and it was success. And here you can go the compliance on two machines, not compliance 0, failed 0, unknown 0, offline 0. So if you click under the script, you will get the this script detail. Okay, so that's how you can run the script in your SSEM infrastructure. So guys, this is very helpful. If you are doing the any kind of troubleshooting for the patch troubleshooting, so usually I use to such kind of logic for the patch remediation, like to rename the software distribution point or create the registry, update the registry, and fetching the some values from registry, and some other things like checking the services. If it is on a stop mode, then you can put a command line like a, if the service got a stop, then it can be started. So you can put some logics for your remediation. This part is very helpful. Earlier, what it was happening, we was just going through the PowerShell command. So many things was there with the for each loop and other stuffs. But when we are having the RPC error, then your PowerShell was not working. It was not fetching the data, and there is a if some other restrictions also, like you cannot run the PowerShell script on the end user machine, but you need to fetch the details. So how you can do that? In that way you can use your the SSEM to run the PowerShell script and fetch the details from the end user machine. So guys, thank you for watching this video, and this topic I can say it's a very big if you are working in depth, but it's a very small also by seeing the example. But if you are using to remediate your infra, then really it will be very helpful for you guys. So guys, thank you for watching this video. See you soon in my next video.